Today we're going to make a bouquet, but not with real flowers, not with ribbons, and not with anything expensive, just something simple. Tissue paper. You might be thinking, tissue paper for a bouquet? But before we start, let me tell you a story, a real one, something I'll never forget. My grandmother was a strong and kind woman, the kind who didn't speak much, but carried a lot inside her. She had an old wooden box she kept in her closet. No one was allowed to open it, ever. When I was a kid, I used to wonder what was in it, but I only found out after she passed away. That day, my mom finally opened the box. Inside, there were a few old things, a rusted pocket watch, a faded black and white photo of her younger self, and something strange, something I couldn't take my eyes off. A tiny bouquet made of red tissue paper. Each little flower was soft, folded carefully, and arranged in a heart shape. It wasn't fancy, it wasn't perfect, but it had this weight, like it meant something. There was a small note attached, barely visible anymore, but the ink had faded into something like a whisper from the past. We had no idea who gave it to her. No one in the family had a name starting with M. My mom was certain it wasn't for my grandfather. Years later, I learned that my grandmother had once fallen in love with someone no one in the family really knew about. A man who had nothing, no money, no family, not even a proper home, but a hard heart. And one night, when my grandmother was sick and alone at home, that man climbed over the backyard fence just to bring her water. And he left a little gift behind, a bouquet made from red tissue paper. He couldn't afford roses, he couldn't afford diamonds, so he made something, with his own hands, with what little he had. They never ended up together. Maybe it was the war, maybe it was the times, or maybe love just wasn't enough back then. But that simple, fragile bouquet, folded from scraps, stayed in that box until the end of her life. It was worth more to her than any real flower ever could be. So today, as we make this heart-shaped bouquet of that tissue paper, I'm thinking of that man, and I'm thinking of her. She passed away on a quiet morning. No hospital, no machines, just an open window where the breeze moved gently through the room. That same day, standing by the window, I looked more closely at the bouquet, and at the bottom, there was a note I had never seen before. If you ever need to remember what love looks like, start here. And so I did. That night, I took out some tissue paper, not red, but I found the shade close enough and started folding petals. They didn't come out well. The folds were cracked, the edges uneven, but even so, it felt right. Like I was continuing something, like love. If you're willing to make it with your own hands, that really disappeared. And now that flower sits next to hers, two paper bouquets, one from long ago and one from now. You don't have to make it perfect, you just have to care enough to turn something fragile into something real. Maybe you want to make one too, just to see what you might remember.